Dear Nils, thank you very much for the opportunity to learn a bit more about BeiGene. We are very proud that BeiGene set up its hub in Basel.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to speak to you today.
Great. As a first question, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, I'm Nils Eckardt. I am the Vice President of Medical Affairs at BeiGene in Europe. I've joined the company a bit more than a year and a quarter ago in February 2019. And I took this position basically to build the medical affairs organization for BeiGene in Europe.
Could you tell us a little bit about BeiGene, please?
BeiGene is a unique company. We are a fully integrated global biotech company, founded 2010 in Beijing in China as a discovery company. Our portfolio today consists of more than 30 assets, and that includes 6 approved drugs in China.
What is BeiGene's market position?
Well, in the Chinese market, we're still in the process of solidifying our position. And to give you an idea, I believe by the end of 2021, we may have up to 11 commercial assets in the market in China. And by that time, we're probably one of the largest oncology-focused companies in the Chinese market. In the US, we saw the approval of our first drug, zanubrutinib Brukinsa, a drug of our own pipeline, in November last year. And there the commercial launch has then taken place. And in Europe, we're still on the way to submission of our first application to the EMA.
And what was your major motivation to come to Switzerland, to Basel?
Our motivation to come to Switzerland. BeiGene has engaged outside China very early. BeiGene was founded to become a global company. So we're not a Chinese company, we're a global company. 3-4 years ago, development was expanded from China, from Asia Pacific, also to US and Europe. In Europe, we've been working through CROs, contract research organizations. Although this was quite successful, the next step was really also to establish physical presence here, as BeiGene is in this for the long run and wants to become a large pharmaceutical company globally. Switzerland itself, I think, is highly acknowledged center of the pharmaceutical industry in Europe, not only driven by the large companies like Roche and Novartis, but certainly out by mid-size companies such as our partner Amgen, and a countless number of smaller biotech and startup companies in Switzerland. And I believe that the economic system in Switzerland, as well as organizations such as Basel Area Business and Innovation, are very supportive and provide active help to companies who come here to establish themselves.
And why did you choose Basel area?
Basel, I think, is a very attractive location. Geographically situated between the 3 countries, Germany, France, and Switzerland, logistics in Basel connect this extremely well. We have 2 airports, the local airport here in Basel, which is basically 15 minutes away from wherever you are in the city, and the international airport in Zurich, and it takes about an hour, 15 minutes to get there and check in. You also have a very well-established network of high-speed trains, You get to Paris within 3 hours, Milan, Munich, 4 to 5 hours. You're really in the center of Europe here. And I think Basel also represents a huge talent hub, with the large companies being located here, other companies nearby. Part of building is finding the right talent, and Basel certainly provides for that.
And what is BeiGene's current status in Switzerland?
So in the last 18 months, we've recruited about 60 people. We started in joint office space, where we rented desks and rooms. Soon we had to spread the team across several locations in Basel because we were growing too fast. And this summer we're looking forward to moving into our own offices in the newly built Baloise Tower, which is just opposite the central station. We have now several functions here in Basel, and Basel is to be understood not just as European headquarter, but we are part of the global headquarter resources. So we have here functions such as regulatory, drug safety, quality, supply chain, facility management, finance, global tax, IT, as the sort of more office-based functions. And then we have the more customer-facing functions like clinical science, clinical operations, and medical affairs.
And what has your experience in Basel area been so far?
My experience has been very good. I came to Basel already in 2003, working for one of the other pharmaceutical companies here. And Basel has been a pretty perfect place for myself to live here and work here with my family. It offers a very safe environment, something that you judge very highly when you're a parent. Excellent access not only to the Swiss school system, but also to several international schools and at the University of Basel. Basel is a city that can be explored by foot or bicycle. One doesn't really need a car. It has a perfect public transport system. And I think it's a very attractive location, absolutely independent of what your preferences are, whether you're a cultural person or a more sportive person. You pretty much find everything that you're looking for in or around Basel.
And which role does BeiGene Swiss establishment play in the setup of the company?
So, as I mentioned before, BeiGene is a global company. And the Swiss setup is part of the global corporate functions. We're a company that is listed on both the NASDAQ and the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. And we have global investors carrying the company forward. So we are not too different to this respect from other companies such as Roche and Novartis. And we certainly aim to deliver the same level of profitability to our shareholders as those companies do. Basel is, as I said, part of our global headquarters structure. The locations that we have in Basel, layout and design are actually very similar to what you would find in the US and in China. So we're having one standard in the offices across the globe. Our aim is to achieve our mission to broadly provide access to impactful medicines to patients affordably. And that's where Basel plays an important role.
And as a final question, what would be your advice to biotech companies which think about coming to Europe?
I think it's two questions that need to be answered. The question number one is, when you consider coming to Europe, do you do this with a partner, or do you do this on your own? When you decide to do this on your own, then the question is, what is the best place to build your infrastructure, and where can you find the best talent for your needs? And I think BeiGene has answered both those questions when they came to Basel and established operations here.
Thank you very much, Nils, for sharing these valuable insights.